This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's number one show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the day of reckoning. We'll find out who the Knicks will be playing in the playoffs starting this weekend. I got my man Tony Crow here. Ebru, hopefully he's going to be joining us shortly. And, we're just going to do a quick little breakdown of what we are looking for. What are we watching for in this game? You know what I mean? Because, it's an important one. It's a big one. I do want to remind everybody, ladies and gentlemen, those playoff lounge tickets, they're available. You can reserve your ticket right now. All right, listen, you're going to know who we're playing soon enough. The link is in the description of the video. It's also pinned to the top of your YouTube chat. It's $525 per ticket. We could be going to game 2 or game 5, depending on what the group decides. All right, and depending on which game we go to, you may get a refund, a little bit of a refund. You know what I mean? So make sure you get those tickets. We got about 27 tickets left. We need 40. We need 40 people to buy the tickets. All right, to make sure that we have ourselves a lounge. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you take care of that right now. You get food in the lounge. We get, we'll probably get one of the Knicks legends come by and visit us. Pre-game podcast, post-game podcast, and just some good old fun with Knicks fans. You know what I mean? Tony, what's poppin' with you, brother? How you feeling?
It was good, Sim. I'm almost as excited as if I was actually going to be watching a Knicks game. Like it's weird, This doesn't normally happen, but obviously it's Knicks related. Winner gets to play us. I don't know if that's really a winner, because we ain't no slouch. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to break it down as well.
Yeah, man. And we got Ebru in the building. You know what I mean? What's going on with you, Ebru? How you feeling?
Chilling, man.
I really just want to break down and talk about what we are looking for from this game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we watching? And Ebru is making me hungry. He's making me hungry.
Yeah, I just came in the crib, man, just now.
I got my food right here. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to do this show, then I'm going to eat, making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm going to pop out real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to pop right back in.
Yeah, do what you got to do. But Tony, what are you looking for from this game? What do you want to see?
Couple things. How healthy is Embiid?
Yeah. That's a big one
how does he continue his dominance? Can he remain healthy? For the full game. That's a tough task in general. Considering we've seen him hobble. A couple times since he's been back.
Right.
And you're playing against the Heat, who are known to cripple players. So, can he make it out? Can he make it out the game? As strong as he went into the game.
Right. And I mean,
that's one of the big things.
Is he fully healthy going into the game?
That too. But if he comes in at 80, can he leave at 80? You know what I mean?
Right. No doubt about that.
So that's one of the big things I'm looking for in general with Philly. Looking for see how that chemistry is. How do they utilize the shooter? What's the shooter's name coming off the bench now? Buddy Hield. You know what I mean? How efficient is he? Because I think he's had a shaky start over there, but he does hit the wide open shots. You know what I mean? So from the Heat side, I'm not sure. Is Terry Rozier out? I thought I read that somewhere. So, are they at full strength? what type of schemes do they use? It's really I mean, those are some of the few things. I'm interested to know what you think we should be looking for. Because if you guys don't know, Eru and I are gonna do a watch along together. You know what I mean, on both channels and kind of break it down. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
And if you got that
Oh,
link already, put it in the chat so everybody can. So when we're done here, they can jump right on over, to check out live stream. You know what I mean?
all right,
Yeah,
cool. All
yeah,
right,
definitely.
so this is a separate part.
Yeah, yeah. This is just what we're watching for. You know what I'm saying? What we're watching for. And then I know you two are going over to your channels to do the live stream and whatnot. So yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, without a doubt. I'm gonna tell you one of the big things that I'm looking for and really watching for. I want to see the way that how does Miami deal with Tyrese Maxey, right? Because how they deal with Tyrese Maxey may give you an indication of how they're gonna deal with Jalen Brunson if they beat the 76ers.
great point.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking to see how they deal with Tyrese. Are they trapping him? When do they decide to trap him? They're two different players, but they might have a similar approach. You know what I'm saying? How is I'm interested to see how they cover Joel Embiid. Although Hartenstein isn't Joel Embiid, but some of the passing that Embiid can do, Hartenstein does, right? Joel Embiid is a 3-point shooter. You know, Hartenstein is not, but how do they deal with it? Do they say obviously they're gonna deal with him a little bit differently because they're gonna double team Joel Embiid, probably not Isaiah Hartenstein. But how do they deal with some of the passing that Joel Embiid can do? He's not Jokic, but he can pass the basketball. You know what I mean? And fine cutter. So how do they deal with that? So it's definitely an interesting game to watch as we are looking at it as it pertains to the Knicks, but I'm really watching the way that the Heat deal with Tyrese Maxey. You know what I mean? Because that's how I think they'll do something similar with Jalen Brunson. What about you, Eru? What do you like? There's some things you're looking forward to seeing from this game, what we can take away and apply it to the Knicks game.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we live,
We
baby.
are.
We live. We live and in effect.
I'm here chomping away.
Yeah, we live and in effect.
I didn't know
baby.
we was live. Oh,
We good.
snap.
It's
My
all
bad, my
good,
bad.
man. It's all good.
Yeah, man. I've been fasting during the day, man. So I'm hungry when I come in the crib.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I agree with everything that you're saying about just the little things like that. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do to Embiid. But to me, I think Embiid is easy to guard. I said when I watch him, I don't understand why he's averaging 30-something points because all he does is operate at the foul line, and like all you need to do is put somebody in front of him. To tell you the truth, take off his passing angles and stuff like that. And if he happens to get to the basket and do what he does, then fine. But I'm never worried about what Embiid is doing. He can get his 30 points, but I just don't think that he's impacting the game so much, compared to everything else. But like everything that you said about Maxey is going to be interesting too because because he's not similar to Brunson, but he's very active getting to the basket and things of that nature. So it's going to be interesting to see how they stop him compared to Embiid. But just like to compare it to the Knicks, is that the Knicks move the ball. I don't think Philly moves the ball the way that we do. So when it's in Embiid's hand, the ball kind of stands still. So I think that, like I said, I just think that they're much easier to guard than compared to us.
Yeah. Yeah. I see Kevin Bergen said, I'm watching to see how their offense looks. Are you talking about offense? I mean, you talking about Philadelphia, or are you talking about Miami, or both?
I mean, it's got to be both. This is probably a great opportunity. I'm sure Tibbs is there looking at the game, looking at both offenses and how to strategize against it. You know what I mean? Who maybe potentially should be guarding who, from the Knicks perspective. So I think, that's definitely, you got to look at both, right?
Yeah.
We don't know who's going to win, so you
right.
got to look at both.
You got to look at both.
Yeah.
I mean, is there either one that you're paying attention to a little bit more as far as their against against Miami, the Knicks' defensive rating was 110.5, right? So Miami scored more points against us than Philly did. Against Philly, the Knicks' defensive rating was 92.8.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like what's the difference in the matchup between the two and why the Knicks play better defense, seem to have played better defense against Philly than against Miami.
That's a great question,
Well,
especially since I think both of our defenses, Miami and the Knicks, are relatively similar. You know what I mean? They're both they cut from the same cloth. So I guess you do gotta pay attention to their offense a little bit more. And I think they use more people. You know what I mean? They kind of similar to us on the offensive end in the fact that they kind of have to have multiple guys step up. You know what I mean? Where Philly, I think 60 points is right there with Maxey and Embiid alone. You know what I mean? That's I would imagine that's at least 50% of their offense between those two
yeah,
guys.
yeah, I agree with all that. It goes with what I was saying too. It's just that Philly is just easier to guard. Miami Heat, they move the ball just like the Knicks, just like you said, and they, not for nothing. Them getting Terry Rozier, that's almost like getting Brunson. They kind of like play similar. It's just that Terry doesn't really do a lot of herky jerky stuff. His stuff is really going to the basket. He has that side step dribble that he does, the little side step 3-point shot that he got. So he has ways to get free. So we're basically, if you look at it that way, we're basically going to see the Knicks versus Philly tonight. The way that Miami plays, they play very similar to us, except they play very dirty compared to the Knicks. Knicks play hard. We play really good defense, but those guys, they just know how to, they just know when to do the dirty play at the right time without getting caught. You know what I'm saying? To make it part of basketball,
That's
but you can
exactly
see it that this is dirty what they're doing, man. So
right.
so it's going to be interesting, man. I'm excited about the game, to tell you the truth, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too. My man Nick from Jersey, what's popping with you, bro? How you feeling?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing tonight?
Good. What's your thoughts on tonight's game? What are you looking for? What do you want to see from tonight's game?
I want to see how they guard Maxey, because that's how Miami's going to guard Brunson.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm almost more excited about this game than I am about a normal regular Knicks season game. I think this is like a gender reveal party. It's like pretty exciting. So.
It is like a gender reveal party. There's no lie.
That is funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's one of my joints, man. I appreciate that one.
Who do we get?
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a real good one. I'm going to be at one of these gender reveal parties in the next month.
Yeah. I don't know if I actually like the actual gender reveal party. I think I prefer the play-in game, but have fun.
Yeah. Anything else that you're looking for?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said anything else that you're looking for.
I'm just looking to see how both teams play. I mean, I haven't been watching Philly, even though currently right now I'm in a Philly market. I haven't watched any of their local games. What I'm hearing is that Embiid is playing very gingerly. He's not his normal self. So I want to see that. If he goes out there and he just dominates and Philly crushes Miami, so be it. But I don't know if I'm expecting that, man. I'm expecting a very hard fought game, and I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. And I've been going back and forth in my head on who I'd rather face. I think I'd rather face Miami. I think Knicks Miami is more likely to go. It's more likely to be a long series, but I think the Knicks have a better chance of beating them. I think with Philly, they're a little bit. It's more of a wild card. I think Philly has a higher chance of beating us. But there's also a chance that maybe we catch, Philly the right way, just the way we played them in the regular season, and we could beat them easier. So I've been going back and forth the whole time on this, but I'm looking at the playoff bracket. The more glorious path to the Eastern Conference Finals would be through Embiid and Philly and Giannis and Milwaukee, but the more nostalgic path would be Miami, Indiana.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. I'm going in the latter. Let's get Miami, and then I'm going hard for Indiana against Milwaukee. And I think I don't see Brunson not exacting revenge on Miami
Right.
in the first round this year.
Right. And that's where I am as far as who I want to play. Just for me, Miami is part of the story.
Yeah, and it renews the rivalry again, and it's nice. Your man was just saying that they're a mirror image of us. They play very much like us, and it's like, yeah, they do. It's just like the '90s when the Knicks, the Heat were mirror images of themselves.
Yeah.
So, let's get it on with Miami. If we face Philly, that would be good too, because I think we'll be better for it having gone through Philly. I think the Knicks would beat Philly in 6 or 7, and I think the Knicks would beat Miami in 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I think both series are going to be very tough.
Yeah. Oh, very, very tough. Very tough. Nostalgic Nick said, I like the Heat, Pacers, and Celtics for a revenge tour. How beautiful would that be?
Oh, it'd be great.
It'd be cool.
I mean,
Oh
the Celtics revenge tour, now we're going back, 60 years, but still.
Right. But, to take out 3 of your rivals, Philadelphia hasn't been like a huge rival of the Knicks like that. But to take out 3 of your rivals,
that's solidification that we
beautiful.
are officially back. You know what I mean? like if that's our path, it's like you couldn't write it better.
Exactly.
You couldn't write a better script.
Couldn't write it better. No doubt about that. Couldn't write it better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to this game tonight, man. They're showing right now, with Joel Embiid, the Sixers are 31-8. Without him, they're 16-27. Average 120.7 points per game with Joel Embiid. Average 109.1 without Joel Embiid. How many times did we beat the Sixers? We were 3-1 against the Sixers this year. How many times did we beat them with Joel Embiid? Once?
I don't know
just
that
once,
he missed any games.
By 38 points, but yeah, just once.
Just once. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm confident, and obviously that was with Julius Randle, right?
That was with Randle.
That was with Randle.
Yeah. And then we played them back to back, where both games, the first game we scored like 70 something points and they scored 70 something points and we lost. It was a total anomaly.
Yeah, I remember
we had no offense going.
Yep.
It really wasn't even their defense, honestly. It was just we had nothing going for us that night. They were totally beat. And then the next game after that, we crushed them and we held them to under 80 points at the same time.
Yep,
and then we played them again and we beat them by like 25 plus points or something. So we've handled them very well. But again, it was without Embiid 3 out of the 4 times.
Yeah. See how that goes. Nick, man, I appreciate your time. Enjoy the game tonight. If you get a chance, check out Knicks and Bruises and Die Hard Knicks going to be doing, a live stream of the game, just calling the game. So make sure you check that out if you get a chance to.
All right, sounds good. We'll do.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Big shout excellent caller, man.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, he's always an excellent caller. Always. Yeah. Big shout out to Don Cannon. My bad. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then again, he said, how many tickets left? It's, right now we still got like a good number of tickets left. So there's a link in the chat. You can get those tickets now. And remember, if we don't get the lounge, you will be reimbursed. But, I feel good about it as long as we, because if we don't get the lounge for game number 2, we can get it for game number 5. So it gives us more time, to be it. Because whoever we play, I'm pretty positive there's going to be a game number 5. All right. I doubt we're getting swept, and I doubt we're sweeping either Miami or Philly. You know what I mean? So there'll definitely be a game 5, and that'll be a big game. Game 5 will be a huge one. No doubt about that. You know what I mean? What was you getting ready to say, Tony? He's getting ready to say something.
To Nick, shout out to that call. I was gonna say, Era, we might have to borrow that title for gender reveal watch along.
That was excellent, man. The gender reveal, that was excellent.
Yeah.
I wish I thought of that, man. Yeah, I'm jealous.
That was a good one. Yeah, he won't care. Got to use it. He ain't gonna care.
Yeah.
Lauren from Cali, what's popping, brother? How you feeling? Just a few minutes before this game starts, man. What are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Good? Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. Amazing. First of all, amazing season. Glad everybody got, through it. And, we should be good for the playoffs. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about it don't matter who he play. That's all good. keep me away from Eric Spoelstra in the first round is all I'm going to say. I'd rather not see him in the first round.
Okay.
Give us Philly. That's my perspective.
Okay. I understand that. I get it.
I'd rather see Philly in the first round. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, me personally, I want the storyline. I think we can beat Miami, but I know it's tough.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's
if
tough.
we had Randall,
doubt.
give me everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. But I just feel like we got a better matchup against Philadelphia, in my perspective, because we got a lot more bodies to put on Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I definitely get that. I definitely get that. Beyond that, what are you looking for either team? We're gonna play one of them. What are you looking forward to seeing from the Heat that we can take into the Knicks? From Philly that we can take into the Knicks?
I'm gonna say this because every time I call in, I mention this usually when we're going into the playoffs. For the second year in a row, no player in the NBA dribbled the ball and held the ball longer than Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
That's good in the regular season. What I want to see from us is team basketball got us into this, it got us the success we got this season. Even though we ranked dead last in team assists, we still moved the ball a lot better than we have before, especially once we made that move getting OG.
Right.
But I think it's going to be extremely important for us not to. I told it to my boy. It is not Jalen Brunson's job to carry this team. It's his job to captain this team. So if we need him to play superhero ball when needed, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think no matter who we play, we cannot afford to get in our own way by having Jalen Brunson be on ball that much. If you watch Sacramento yesterday against the Warriors, I could count how many times they dribbled both teams. I could count how many times both teams dribbled the ball the entire game. Like, the ball was flying around. They were a little bit obnoxious too, but nonetheless, the ball movement was there. And I'm sure if you watch the Miami Heat today, they'll do the same thing. Philadelphia can afford to have, Embiid in a lot of ISO because he's a 7-footer. That's a big boy. He can do that in maxi. He can do his thing too. But if you watch Miami, it's precision, and they're slicing teams apart without even bouncing the ball at all. So that's the only thing that I hope we don't do. And I mentioned this because if we remember the last minutes of regulation against the Chicago Bulls, the last game of the season, that is a snapshot of what Tom Thibodeau typically does when the pressure is up. He puts the ball in his dominant player's hand, and they try to dribble the ball out, the air off the ball. I hope that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? But that's my hope no matter who we see, because that way we don't get in our own way. And if we win, lose, at least we know we played the best game we can possibly play.
Yeah. So you don't think that Brunson's got to give us at least 30 a game for the Knicks to win in these playoffs? Because I do.
Yes, but he doesn't have to be extremely ball dominant to do it.
Okay.
Because someone like Steph Curry could give you 30 points, but he's not even touching the ball unless he's shooting. And I'm not saying he has to do it exactly like that, but I think it'll get extremely hard for us to win in the playoffs if these teams just keep sending bodies to Jalen Brunson and he's holding on to the ball that much. You know what I'm saying? It's just you can see the head of the fish right there. You don't have to think twice about who's going to have the ball 90% of the time. So yes, I do think he's going to have to give us points, but I don't think it'll be wise for it to be in a ball dominant fashion.
Okay. All right. I just feel because we don't have anyone else that can really touch the paint consistently on this team, the Knicks need Jalen Brunson to score and touch the paint. That's the only way for Miami or Philadelphia to say we got to double him, which now opens up DiVincenzo on the perimeter, Josh Hart on the perimeter, OG on the perimeter, because no one else really touches the paint and collapses the defense besides Brunson.
Now, I'm going to bring up something, right? There's something that Jalen Brunson and iHeart do that I think we should maximize with everyone on the court. They have this 1-2 punch where Jalen Brunson might be facilitating, but so is iHeart in the paint.
Okay.
So it's not like he's looking. Basically, I don't think we should run that many ISO plays for Brunson unless we have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we're just saying, okay, Jalen Brunson, take the ball, clear out, I don't think I think that's risky in the playoffs, especially without a Julius Randle there to bring up, create his own shot. You know what I'm saying? And we obviously have better shooters this year than we did last year. So the opportunities to get shots up are a lot better, but everybody in the league has shooters, except maybe Orlando. Everybody got shooters. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should definitely stay away from relying too much on Jalen Brunson dribbling the ball too much, because that will give us less of a chance of winning.
Okay. All right. Nah.
What you think, Tony? What you think? Tony usually get mad at me. What you think, Tony?
Hey, I mean, I think he already has he plays a lot off the ball more than last year. So I think you're onto something. I don't know how much less we needed, but I think it gets him easier looks when he's playing off the ball. You know what I mean? He don't have to work as hard. So I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with you too, man. Because I'm thinking of it. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm thinking of the way like Melo has it. When Melo used to get it, it was straight ISO, all guys on one side of the court, and he just standing there dribbling the air out the ball. We absolutely can't do that, because even the days when Brunson had 60 and 50, he was still playing a team game. The ball was still moving. It just happened to come back to him, and then he scored. So we need to continue to play like that, because there was one game this season where he legit did that. Once it came down to the end, like Brunson just took every shot down the stretch. And that's not the way we're going to win these games. We have to move the ball. Yeah. The ball, if Brunson's that good that if the ball comes back to him, he can be able to do something with it. But we cannot just have the ball in Brunson's hands and let him dribble the clock out. That's not how we're going to win these games.
That's right. And that's not a shot at Jalen Brunson, by the way. This is not really a shot. It's just I've seen the tendencies in Tom Thibodeau. Whenever the pressure is high, he goes to his guy, which is cool, right? But I hope we don't have to get to that point. But I do have a question, though. Who do y'all think is the biggest X factor? We know what Brunson's going to give us. We pretty much know what Ihart's going to give us, because I've seen him in the Clipper playoff atmosphere. Who do you think is the biggest X factor?
For us?
Yeah, for us. Yeah. For me, it's OG.
That's fair point.
OG. OG is the other guy that I feel. Dante can touch the paint, but OG is a guy that I feel can get inside and touch the paint and create some havoc when he decides to do so. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think OG is a big X factor for the Knicks.
And what's up with our boy? What's his name? Burks. Who's running point for us in the second unit? Like, who's our? Would that be McBride?
Deuce.
Or
Deuce.
Yeah.
It seems like a three-headed monster, Josh and Dante and Deuce.
You said who?
It's like a three-headed monster with Josh, Dante, and Deuce, I think.
Got you. Okay. So not necessarily somebody just standing in the top of the paint facilitating, but more just, top of the key. Got you. Yeah, I got, the way I'm looking at these playoffs, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Since Julius Randle's absence, I'm glad we made it this far, and I believe we can go as far as possible if we play our cleanest basketball. I'm content with however it goes as long as we play our best, because you cannot deny the absence, no matter whether people like, Randle or not. I'm one of his biggest critics when it comes to that ISO stuff, but you cannot deny the absence of not only a three-time All-Star, right, but one of the better scoring bigs in the NBA, who also facilitated pretty well this year, especially after that OG trade. But also, even if it wasn't Randle, just dividing his contract into two $15 million OGs, in the playoffs. You cannot deny that absence of that person. So my playoff perspective changed once that happened. But I still think, though, if we play our cleanest basketball, we'll do some damage.
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. How far is this? How far are the Knicks going? Do you think how far can the Knicks go?
Cleanest basketball. I'm gonna give perspective. We've seen Trae Young, with the team constructed very similarly, literally take his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. And his style of play was nothing but ISO, but he also led in assists. So he was dropping dimes and keeping the defense on their feet, but nobody can basically stand in front of Trae Young when he did that. So I think we can do that, right? But realistically, I'll say get out the first round. Second round is, if we stop at the second round, it is what it is. But I still think we can go, because we've seen an example of a small guard leading his team that's constructed almost exactly like our team is currently go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So it really all comes down to, how we execute. But second round is kind of my realistic expectation.
Okay. I mean, I think the Knicks can get. I think we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do. Nobody else in the East is just, to me. I will say the Knicks got a tough matchup, maybe the toughest matchup in the Eastern Conference. With whoever
First round for sure.
In the first round, right? Toughest matchup.
Yeah.
And which the Knicks get out of that round. I mean, when I
who's
look at
next?
it, when I look at
who's after this?
Either Indiana or Milwaukee. When I look at it from there, it's like,
Milwaukee will be.
I look at either one of those teams and I'm like, man, after going through what's probably going to be a grueling series between one of these two, you know what I'm saying? I think the Knicks will be. I think their mindset will be right. But Lauren, I'm gonna let you go because Ebro and Tony got to get on this stream. All right, because the game just began. Philly's up 2-0 right now. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll talk to you later on tonight.
Yeah, bro.
No doubt. All right, I know y'all got to get going over and get going live. Please make sure you put that link in the chat so everybody can go over there and join. Check you guys out while you're streaming.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't have the link here right now, but
Knicks and Bruises, diehard Knicks.
Diehard Knicks. You type it in on YouTube, it's gonna come up. Yeah, right. Knicks and Bruises, diehard Knicks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here so you can watch the game. Go join Tony and Eru. If I can jump in, I'll jump in, but I'm gonna eat. I'm starving. Right, I'm gonna eat. And I'll probably jump on and do a show afterwards, and then we're gonna get into the OG talk on the front stoop. So make sure you join us there. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we got those lounge tickets available after the game, during halftime, whatever. Go cop those lounge tickets. All right, there's a link in the description. There's one also tagged to the top of your YouTube chat, folks. We're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate you. We're out. Peace.
Peace. Yeah, give us about 5 minutes.
Nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.